You give a lot of examples too throughout about how Zen has helped you to keep that diamond sharp clarity. How do you do improv and just with your witty commentary? Where does that come from? That you make it look so effortless.
I don't know. I mean, where does it come from? It comes from, I think, the universal pool, right? It comes from the same place where a jazz musician finds a good riff. The same,
Excellent.
the same place where anybody who's ever had that flow feeling, that being in the zone, that it comes from that being connected, being present. I mean, between the dress rehearsal that we do and the live show that we do, I'll meditate in my dressing room for anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes just to hone that muscle of being in the moment.
My signature question is, how does Tom keep calm? And talk about your Zen tune-up. Now, you've mentioned throughout about meditation, but how did you get into TM meditation?
Well, it was just, and to me, I don't mean to sound like I'm denigrating TM or any other form, but to some degree it's like Coke and Pepsi. It's branding, it's, whether, in my mind, whether I'm using a Sanskrit mantra that someone gave me, which is the case in TM, or a word that means something, or breath focus, or whatever. It's building that mental muscle, which is the key of all forms of meditation that I've encountered.
You've done your homework on meditation.
Yeah. So TM just became something I was interested in because I was doing it on my own, and I was aware that there was a TM teacher in the area where I lived at the time in the seacoast of New Hampshire. So I took the course and got my mantra and have been doing that particular form ever since. And, and what I tell people who ask, do I have to do that? No, you don't. I mean, what you have to do, I think the cornerstone of how to make meditation successful in your life is not to judge yourself when thoughts intrude, as they always do. Just don't judge them.
To be mindful.
Just be mindful and then come back to whatever it is, whether it's your mantra, your breath, a flickering flame, anything. Come back to that, move the thoughts aside, and just keep doing that. Keep doing it.
With the repetition. The mother of skill mastery.
Right.
When did you start to call it a Zen tune-up?
Probably, that may have been something that came to me as I was writing the book. I mean, one of the lovely things about the process of writing was I had a deadline, which I like. Obviously, I set a deadline with you, so I like deadlines.
No, I need them. I like that.
But it helps focus energy.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It keeps us on point.
But I would wake up in the morning at 2 in the morning. Like if I wanted to go from one chapter to another chapter, you might note in the book that the end of every chapter I tried to lead you into the next one. Something that kind of was a carrot on a stick. So I was always looking for ways to be concise. It's not a very big book. I mean, these chapters are small, and I wanted it to be an easy read. And so the Zen tune-up became, I think, just a shorthand way of saying every so often we have to take a breath, take a moment, assess how our lives are going, and see whether we need to be more in the moment, be more present, be more mindful about what we're doing and the impact it's having in our lives.
That's what I love about talking to you, because you've intuited it. It's what you do. Mindfulness is the attitude that you bring in your meditation. The formal part is the meditation, but the mindfulness is just your being present, non-judgmental.
Exactly. That's very true.